Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
5 years ago, the Power of We Symposium was created to provide a platform for kids from all sectors where they could have a safe and comfortable environment in which to share both their joys and concerns. The Power of We Symposium is proud to have served over 250 kids throughout Romania when we took our mission global back in May of 2023. Now, 2 teams of amazing volunteers from both the U.S. and Romania embarked on an 8-day Legacy of Hope tour, bringing encouragement and hope to not only the kids of Romania, but also the adults who support them, and also to over 100 kids here in the U.S. who contributed handwritten letters of hope to our Romania mission of 2023. Now, this year, we are proud to provide this opportunity yet again in October, and we are super excited to up our game. New venue, 750 kids this time, and we want to see you there. We're looking forward to meeting you in person at this year's event, which promises, as always, incredible speakers, amazing content, and of course, some of the greatest kids on the planet. So, mark your calendars for October 24th, and we'll see you here in Chicagoland for the Power of We Symposium 2024. This year's theme is Always Together, Never Alone. Tickets are available now on Eventbrite or at powerofwesymposium.com.
Shamelessly displaying my state of mind. But
Show me. Oh, that's my jam. Show me your soul. Y'all know that be kicking, don't it? For real. And wait, learn the harmonies. See, I'm going to have to record them. Okay. Quit playing with it. Quit playing with it, y'all. It's Monday morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It feels good to be here with you. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Dr. Lauren. And let me get close to the mic. I'm excited about today. I'm alive. God is good all the time. Bella Purpose is here with us. I ring it every time. I ring it its own purpose. Don't get it twisted. It's on purpose. Why? Because just like that bell has a ring to it. You guessed it. Yes. So does the truth. And you know, there'd be a whole bunch of imposters out there. You know, it may be sounding a little true. That's why on Batman, when a crook was inside of the frame with Batman and Robin, the whole thing was tilted. Like, don't get it twisted. Take a closer look. May look like friends in here, but somebody ain't supposed to be here. So, okay, there it is. So there's the Bella Purpose, been here with us all the time, and so is this woman. It's my world. You're just visiting. I said woman. I know it's a mug. I'm talking about this is my girl, Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. Been here all 8 years. Ain't going nowhere. Right? Scare me, gang. You can't play well. She under contract. So anyway, listen, happy Monday. How was your weekend? How was your Father's Day? Got in the text messages yesterday, and you know, I just love it that I get to, I have a father-in-law now that I get to call. I have my foster father, Pops, that I get to call. And I remember for decades, I didn't have anybody to call or didn't think I did, but I had them. So anyway, just one of those moments today. What happened with me over the weekend? Went to a meeting dinner on Friday night. We hung around here. We're embracing ourselves here in the Midwest for heat waves that'll be moving a little further. I'm not sure where exactly, how far in the country, but I know it is starting here, and it's already starting to be high in the mid to upper 90s here today. So if you're in the area of the Midwest and you're going to be a part of this heat wave, make sure you check on your elderly people. Stay hydrated so you don't become dehydrated, and also make sure your pets and things and all your plants and flowers, everything with a life force, has a lot of water. Can I get an amen? Okay, so there's that. One last announcement. Headed to this week, I'll be traveling. Police and traveling mercies, prayers, protections, blessings, healings, all things positive as I move to this presentation on Thursday. Wednesday. I'm sorry, Wednesday, Juneteenth, actually. Happy Juneteenth. University of Wisconsin in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So I'll be there for the Mind to Mind Mental Health Symposium, hoping to help heal and change some lives. So pray for that. And then headed to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. My husband and I, Dr. Brian, will be heading there on the 28th for the Grand Butterfly Gathering with M. Teresa Lawrence and her team, where the Guinness Book of World Records people will be in attendance, and we'll be attempting around the globe to break the record of how many people could dress in as butterflies in the same place at the same time, from all over the world. Lots of schools and things are involved. It's a day for peace. The Trueness Project is behind this. M. Teresa Lawrence, there's their name again. And we'll be there. Aaron, Brian, and I are riding in our very first parade together on 4th of July, which is my birthday. So we're going to be doing all this, and I can't wait. And if you do, my husband, today's guest does, you know how much fun he's going to have. So we're going to be doing that. And I want to know what you guys are doing over the 4th of July weekend. Drop it in the comments. A lot of family reunions and things like that happen. So, yes, I know, 4th of July. I hear y'all. You was born on the 4th of July? Yes. And is it the best birthday ever? Yes. Yes, it is. 4th of July. Best birthday ever. It's fun from the time you wake up till you fall asleep at night. And everybody, no matter where you're at in the U.S., is celebrating with you. So, speaking of celebrating, it's time to celebrate today's guest. Chappelle Simmons is here. I would read from her bio. Oh, wait, she didn't send me one. And she's a good friend. She's been in this home, slept in this home, broke bread with our family, and therefore she is family. Now, you might remember her from a few years ago when she came on the show as a guest. I believe I had to bring her back twice because the story was so compelling. I remember, yes. And I see her backstage shaking her head. So anyway, wait till you hear where she was. She's going to give you a recap, and then she's going to take us into where she is, which is absolutely phenomenal. Put your hearts on the screen. It's our way of saying hello and standing up and celebrating as our guest comes. He's coming down the hallway now. Here comes. Chappelle used to be known as Secret Simmons. What is he now? What exactly? Hold on. I got to get me a dip of snuff. Hold on. You ever heard? Did you know anybody who did snuff?
No.
I did, Miss Jones, when we were little. Hold on, baby. Let me get me a dip of snuff. I know, snuff. How are you? I don't know where that came from. My ADHD. Oh, she done brought the daycare center.
Yes, honey. They didn't go home yet. So if you hear a little bit of noise in the background, just excuse them for a little while. They want to see you. I told them they have to wait until I finish talking first.
Oh, why can't they come on and say hi?
Come on and say hi, guys.
You guys, this is a big part of the story, so we'll get this out of the way. Oh, hey, you.
Go this other way. Go to the other side.
Look at her.
You say hi? Hi. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Who is that?
Good.
Say Uncle Dr. Lauren.
I think
How are you? You've gotten so big. Uh-oh.
Come on.
I know who coming now. Oh, Lord.
Bringing his dinosaurs with him.
Is this who I think it is?
Yeah.
Chosen.
Say good morning.
Good morning.
What you doing wearing the same color as me? Uh-huh. Hey, you better stop growing. You're getting too big.
What you gonna say to that?
He's doubled inside. I
He
want to
can't
hear
help
that.
himself.
What did he say?
He said he can't help himself.
You can't help yourself. I don't. Good answer. Good answer. Good to see you with your little very white voice.
See you later.
See you later.
See you later, buddy.
Okay. Yeah, they didn't go home yet.
How?
Honey, I do not know.
Girl.
Only thing I could think about is their grandfather because he was 7 feet.
Okay, well, that explains a lot. Okay, well, how are you? Okay, listen, we're going to do like we do with everybody else because I forget and we'll be talking like we're just sitting here on a Zoom call talking. And I want people to understand not only the story of today, but how we got to the story, which is today. And so, real quick, and then I'm going to step out and let you have a minute to just talk to everybody, right? Instead of reading a bio. But when we first met you, how many years ago was that here? You came on this show?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. And the situation was quite different.
Oh, honey. Yes, it was.
It was scary. Weren't you kind of like in hiding?
Yes. For a minute.
Okay. That's where we're going to start. That's where we're going to start. But wait, when I come back, that's where I want you to start. But right now, let me dip for about 60. And then you just, give them a one-on-one, just pour into them and explain what brought you here today and what they can expect. And I'll be right back.
Okie doke.
Okay, all you.
Hello, everyone. Of course, Dr. Lauren explained that I was Secret Simmons at one time, and that's because I was kind of in hiding and really didn't know who I was and what I really wanted to do. I thank Dr. Lauren because he asked a question on Facebook that really resonated with me. And the question was, if you could go back, I believe it was if you could go back in time, what wouldn't you do? And my answer was, I wouldn't have opened the door to a dark place that I fell into as an 8-year-old child. At that time, it was a very dark place because I was molested and I didn't speak up. I didn't tell anyone. And like I said, I felt like I crawled into a hole and I never came out. I grew in age, but not in my mindset. My spirit wasn't growing as much as it should have. It wasn't nurtured. There was no emotions there. It was very dark and numbing. very, very numb. But on the other side of that, I knew that there was a better place and a better time for me. I just didn't understand why I was there. In the darkness, you meet monsters and snakes and all those things that can hurt you.
Hmm.
So, what I did was I lived the life that I was given. During that time, I would ask questions, many questions to anybody who would listen to me. What am I doing here? And why isn't anyone talking to me? There's something that they're supposed to be teaching me, and they're not. I knew that I was supposed to be learning something because it was in my spirit the whole time. I just knew that the place that I was in, I was not supposed to be there.
So you said at what age did you introduce inside this monologue you just gave us? You said what age?
I was
8.
8 years old. Yeah.
You're 8 years old. Okay. Okay. So, man, this I feel like when I'm trying to phrase a question because it's been so long
Mhm.
since I talked to that story with you, that it just I didn't realize honestly, Chappelle. I mean this, and Chappelle and I work together. She coaches with me now and has been coaching for how long? Pretty
3
much
years.
after you were on the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
God,
so it's interesting to me right now that as I'm framing the questions, I'm like thinking, why do I feel like I'm walking on ice that could crack at any point? But then I remember who you are. It's amazing to me that what I'm saying is how it made me think that I needed to proceed like the old Chappelle was sitting here, and you're not.
right.
A form of you is, but you know what I'm saying. So it's just amazing. So I'm really interested in where this is going to go today. So why don't we start here? You said in hiding. Let's clear that up because I know a lot of people might think you were speaking metaphorically.
Right.
Because a lot of people hide from their own truths to Santa, but you were literally in hiding.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
It was spiritual and reality. When I went into that hole, I didn't realize that the realms are connected. So
The
where
realms? What do you mean? You mean like
spiritual,
spiritual warfare,
reality,
positive,
and
negative? Oh yeah,
yeah, but there's
absolutely.
3 of them. There's actually 3 realms that we
Oh,
motivate in. So when I fell into the hole, it was the spiritual realm. It wasn't my reality. The reality was the physical action that was being pushed upon me.
mm-hmm.
So once I um, realized what was going on and researched everything, what it brought me to was we have to learn how to jump. And I'm speaking spiritually, not the reality, because people see us in our reality and not realizing that the spiritual warfare is going on simultaneously as we move it. While we're talking now, I've seen this before. I just didn't know what day and time. So that was a gift that was given, and it gives me the ability to explain it now because I had to live it first.
Mm.
Where we are at today with this story of mine is the trauma, um, the people, and everything seemed like it was just mushed up together. There was no feelings, there was no emotion, there was really nothing, just nothing there. And that's where we tend to get stuck. It's like planting a seed and covering it in a jar with dirt, but
Mm.
there's no oxygen. There's nothing to manifest it to make it move.
So
If,
this gag order that
yeah,
you were under the spell of this gag order.
right.
It says the zipper that had been sewn across the spiritual mouth.
Yes.
What do you attribute the removal of it? Of the gag order, the removal of this thing that had your the mouth of your soul zipped shut, so
Um,
that you could speak your truths and face your demons. What triggered that change?
I believe that when the higher power, which I call God, Jehovah, puts you in a place where you have nobody else to turn to but Him, I was forced to make a decision. I got to that crossroad. And I had to make a decision. Do I go left or do I go right? If I go right, I have to submit myself to Jesus. I have to give everything to him and let him take control. What I was doing, because I was so used to doing everything by myself, I was taking everything and trying to fix it by myself, with myself, because I never had that support.
Wait a
That
minute.
support
Hold
was
on.
never there.
Are they right behind that screen?
There on the floor.
What
Guys,
happened to the playroom?
hey guys, I need you to go in the back with Sakai. Thank you.
Because y'all don't know how to play quiet.
Yeah. Can you hear?
That's so
You
funny.
heard Dr. Lauren? Go ahead.
We're gonna have to have a show. Well, they're gonna have plenty of chance to be on screen, and we're
Of
gonna talk
course.
about that here in a minute too. But
Yeah.
let me ask you this. Okay. Because there's so much to your story, so much. There's no way we can get through any even this much of it in an hour. So let's talk about. I want you to do one thing, just so people have a reference point to
Okay.
understand a little bit about the healing side. Take us to the wound. Pick any wound, something that sticks out. You know, it's going to be in your keynoting. It's going to be in your books. It's going to be in that movie one day. That's one of those spaces. Give them an example of this darkness, because I've heard some of the stories, and I remember when you were here in this house, and they were just rolling out like, I'm not kidding. I was like, what? Then as soon as you think you've heard it all, what the? And then as soon as you think you've heard it all, what the hell? All the way through. So choose one that you'd like to share a little bit of, and then we're going to talk about, now see, take that, and then look what was made from it. There you go. And I'm going to dip out and let you tell that story. I'll be back when you're about ready.
Okay. I could tell the purpose of my life. What I've learned spiritually is that we're all assigned a demon. I met my demon. I know his name. I remember meeting him. And then I remember asking God to relieve me of him. I married him twice. I just know that in my life, I was always moving in the spirit, and that wasn't a place I was supposed to be, because I had to be taught how to move in the spirit and what the spirit is, and that world in itself, because it's a world by itself. We as humans were spirit before we got here, and I've always believed that I was kidnapped before I reached the earth. Thank you, Miss Whitney. Um, it's not a place for us to dwell in. And I believe that's the reason why my life was so difficult, because ignorance kills. And before I could even become who I am today, I had to learn to learn to learn. And then what I mean by that is we are taught as children by the people who are supposed to protect us, support us, nurture us, and give us the things to make us a great citizen. I wasn't given those things. I was given just beings. I was placed with a family that I was supposed to be placed with, that I've learned recently. And in that space and in that time, because of the trauma that was inflicted upon me, that's where I remained. And during that time as a child, I knew that I was supposed to be taught something so that I wouldn't have to go through those things alone. If you don't have it, if you don't know it, you can't give it to someone. And my parents were young parents, and they didn't know how to raise children. So they didn't give me those things, encouraging words. I love you. The things that was put in us sometimes are suppressed. We have a choice.
Let me ask you, I just to be clear, when you said you married your demon twice, are you saying you were like in a narcissistic relationship?
Yes, twice.
And you got away once, and I do phrase it on purpose like that, got away.
Yeah.
And then went back for more.
I didn't exactly go back for more. If you do not know how to recognize the trauma the first time, the second time it'll come back, but in a different person. It'll be a different face. Same demon.
Oh, you're saying it wasn't the same man?
Yes, wasn't the same man, different demon.
No,
I mean, was it? Yeah, the
the
same
same
demon,
demon,
different
different
man.
man,
Yes,
different men.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
well, girl, you got to put that out there. Like if I hadn't come back to that, see what I'm saying? Well, see, that's the coach coming out. Sorry, but see, there it is. Oh, now that's a horse of a different color.
Yeah, and it's amazing to me.
Wait a minute, because
Yes,
I
sir.
just want to know. Ooh, that'd be one scary movie right there. I know, I'm serious because I'm
No,
sitting
it's
there
serious
thinking
too.
how you could be sitting there and you're like, okay, Harold, he gone. We'll name number one Harold.
Yeah,
Number two, we'll name Billy. And then Billy's sitting there, and then you 2-3 years into it, and all of a sudden, it's like that demon looking. You looking at him, and you see him looking back at you the same. Like, how you get in there? Right.
right.
Almost where it shows itself to you.
He did.
So that you know, oh, don't get twisted. You thought because you got rid of him, you got rid of me?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So how did you know this was the same demon? What was your actual experience?
The characteristics, and he thought I was stupid. He really thought that I was ignorant and didn't know. So he would whisper things to me. And that's how they it's like casting a spell. He taught me the things that he was going to do, where he came from. He told me everything, but I didn't believe him. And I didn't believe him because I never heard these stories before. I didn't believe that kind of evil existed. I didn't even know what it was. My parents sheltered me so bad till I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know anything. I didn't know life, period. So when I was put out there, it was like putting the lambs out to the wolves.
So
Spirit,
who did you tell these stories to, if anyone? And if you did,
I did start telling.
what was their reaction? Did they think you were crazy?
Yeah.
Talk about it.
No one believed me. I would tell.
Well, how were you putting it out there? Okay, take us through it. Okay, here we're gonna role play. Ding
Okay.
dong. Hey, Chappelle, what you doing? What's up, girl? Come on in. I just made some coffee. What's going on with you? Anything new?
My first husband passed away. He committed suicide, and my auntie told me to go to therapy. That was the only place I could get help. And once I started going to therapy, that's when I started telling my story, because to live it, the people around you are doing the same things. And everyone is in a community. That darkness has so many little grown children in it till no one think that is abnormal. But if you do not belong there, you know something isn't right. Hey,
Okay, so you get through this second one. So you get away again. Let's put it
yeah,
that way, or whatever happens, you're not there.
right.
Okay, so when does the wound start closing so that
When
the
I had
healing
children,
when you what?
when I had my children, it wasn't until I had my children that I knew I needed help. And I sought help everywhere that I could turn. Anybody who would listen to me, um, I called DSS, which was Division of Children's Services, DCS or something like
Okay.
that at the time. And because it was new, narcissism was new. So everybody thought that it was just abuse, that this guy was just abusing me. He wasn't just abusing me.
So
He
this
came
is your
in
third serious relationship.
second serious relationship.
Second. Okay.
Yeah.
And both are in the category of narcissist.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Mhm.
So because of generational curses, and this is where we are at today, learning to break the generational curse. Hush, honey, hush. Um, I realized that I was chosen to do that for my generation and my family. It goes with, like I said, all of this is all coinciding together at the same time. It takes steps. And the steps is in the story. My story goes back and forth because I was in a world that was upside down, always moving, rotating, but in a circle. I never got out until I decided that this is it. It has to stop. And that happened once I took a bottle of pills. This one particular day, I had a fight with my baby girl she's standing taller than me. And at the
Well,
time,
I've seen you in real life, and trust me, that's not a big achievement. It doesn't take much to be taller than you.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
I know.
You are a little bitty little dumpling, but you are just little. But okay, so your daughter's bigger than you, and then what?
I was fighting my children. Nothing in my life was going right. I had cancer. I had leukemia at the time, going through treatment. I ended up in a wheelchair because I have a disease called multifocal motor neuropathy. My muscles are dying. I have really limited feelings and everything. So because, honey, wait, honey, because I was the breadwinner, I was the mother, the father, even though this man was living in my house, he was not a man at all. He came in to just destroy me. And that was spiritually. He destroyed my spirit. So in doing that, he destroyed me and my girls. He beat me down into submission. And I don't know if anybody really
Literally beat you?
he literally beat me. The first day I met him, he beat the crap out of me. And I could not understand why I'm saying sorry to this man. But what I found out was he's a warlock. He's a witch. He practiced witchcraft. So
Really?
yes, nobody believes. I don't think that anybody really believes, but witchcraft is real.
Yeah.
Him and his mom came to my house. I told him everything that I didn't want, which I thought I was setting up boundaries. He broke them. I said, I don't want to meet your mother. 3 weeks later, I meet his mom, and I'm like, why is this lady talking to me? I didn't like none of them. I didn't even like him, and I couldn't understand why. But in my research over the past 3 years, Dr. Lauren, I found out what my purpose is. I found out why it happened to me and what I need to do now. And that
Mm.
was me meeting you so that I could learn how to have a podcast and tell my story and also help other people so that they don't have to go through that. That was the purpose of me writing the book. These purposes was given to me when I was 8. When um, the guy molested me, I remember waking up the next day and I heard you're going to write a book about your life. I started writing diaries. They were
The day
still
after the molestation.
the day after. He said, you're going to write a book. I thought I was going to own a transportation company. You're going to have your own business. You're not going to work for anyone. The purpose of me not working for anyone is so that I can have control of myself again. I did not have control of myself. Whatever someone told me to do, I did it because I thought that was the right way. And then the third one is the purpose. My purpose is to help my family break this generational curse, but I didn't learn this one until recently. I may have been like 50 years old because I could not understand why I was going through these horrible things and why am I still here? Because I didn't want to be here. I felt like I wasn't supposed to be in this space. I'm not supposed to be in this time. At 16 years old, my first boyfriend was 40. And yeah, we didn't have sex. The people who loved me, really truly cared for me, would not have sex with me. They would talk to me and teach me things that I didn't know. He was 40 years old, and I remember being on a train one day. I had long hair. My hair was past my shoulder. And we was on the train going to see his youngest daughter, who was 18 at the time, and I was only 16. And we're sitting on the train going to New York to the hospital because she had brain surgery. And this older lady said to him, you have a beautiful daughter. She is so pretty. And I looked at him like, what? I'm his girlfriend. What do you mean by that? But I'm saying this in my head. I didn't say it out loud. And he looked.
Excuse me, ma'am. That's my man.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I gave her that look like,
Because you were how old?
16.
He could have went to jail.
He could have. But I pursued him. I was chasing him. I did not like young people. Young boys couldn't do anything for me. Even in high school, I went to school with Tretch in them, and I didn't like them. Tretch from Naughty by Nature.
Oh,
that's my era.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my era. So at that time, because of what had happened to me, like I said, I did not feel 16 years old. I didn't know how old I was because I wasn't maturing. I was just growing. I never matured.
Okay.
And I realized we have to mature. We could grow all day long, but if you don't mature, you're not going to spread out. Your horizon is only going to be what's in front of you, what's behind you. You're
So-
not looking in front of you.
So 3 years ago, when you were literally in hiding,
Yeah.
why would you need to hide? Was someone after you?
It was more of the abuse. I was abused by my ex-husband and my 3 girls and even my stepson, my mom, my family basically. And
Wait, you mean when you, let's go to your 3 girls, but that's better today.
yeah, it's better
Okay, but back
today.
then, what kind of abuse were you receiving from your 3 girls, if we can ask?
Physical, mental, emotional, all of it.
So
Of it.
they were fighting their mama?
Yes. I got pushed down a flight of stairs by my oldest daughter. She was 16 years old. That was the first fight I ever had with my children. My oldest daughter, 16 years old. She got in trouble in school. I had to go get her. And when I picked her up, I was introduced into military school. They told me send her to military school because I had no control. And I didn't have control because I wasn't taught how to be a parent. I just had children. And my
That's
my
great. That's a deep one. I
Yeah.
wasn't taught how to be a parent.
yeah,
I just had children. Wow.
I had love. I didn't know how to love. Go ahead. I had love. I didn't know how to love. These things have to be taught. Okay. If they're not taught to you, you're just here. There's no cause.
So
There's
the
no
daughters that were inflicting all this pain and torture is really what we can just go
Yeah.
crawl into. The kids we hear in the room and with you today, who do they
Okay.
belong to?
They belong to my daughters. If you don't raise your children, you end up raising your grandchildren.
Mm.
Yeah. I became a foster grandmom and I had them in my house for maybe 2 years. But I did not want to raise my grandchildren. I wanted my children to get the help that they needed
To be able to raise their own children.
to be able to raise their own children. But like I said, if you're not taught these things, the evil will get your children and they will raise your children the way they want to. So that's what this guy did. He taught my children all of the wrong things, and it inadvertently turned their love inside out. They have a care, but they don't know how because they're so angry at me, thinking that I didn't try to protect them, which I did. I tried to protect them the best I knew how. Like I said, I didn't get support from my parents. I didn't get support from the family because the parents told the family that I was no good, that I was this bad person. And that wasn't me. They never learned who I was because I didn't speak up when I got molested. So I just acted out. And like I said, if you don't know no better, you're not going to do good.
That's true.
If you don't have it within you, you can't share it without, right?
Was it a stranger? Can I ask, or is that TMI?
No.
Was it a stranger or a family member?
No, I'm happy to tell. I don't have anything to hide. I believe that's why I got that nickname Secret. I don't know why, because there are no secrets. Secrets are horrible. They're bad. They're not good.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
The Bible even says, and that's a clue lever, the Bible. It leaves clues. It says everything done in the dark
will
find its way to the light.
Yeah. And that's what happened. That's what I believe I am. Whatever was done to me in the dark always came to the light. I was conceived in the dark.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that there needs to be more conversation where people are connecting secrets and I think secrets, shame, that skeletons in the closet, you know what I'm saying?
It needs to be talked about.
It needs to be talked about.
There's no shortcut.
Because secrets are it's like that's the grout that holds the tiles of generational curses together. If you take that grout out, those tiles are going to get kicked all over the place till they're nothing but a pile of rubbish. Someone will sweep them up, hopefully, and you got a brand new start to lay the kind of floor you feel your legacy deserves to walk on.
That's where I am.
See what I'm saying? Can I get an amen on that? I'm ringing the bell.
Amen.
So today, if how did you get to the place that you said I'm going to take these kids? Because that was what was going on when I met you, and then I know you worked to try to get your daughters or the parents to where, because you worked with some of the fathers too, to where they would do right by the kids. But then cigar, what is it? A nice try but no cigar kind of thing. And now you have how many of the kids again? And what's going on now? What do you plan to just do?
To start from the beginning, they ended up being taken away from the parents. And because I'm the grandparent, the maternal grandparent, I was able to say, yes, I would take my grandchildren in. Knowing that my children didn't want me to, I took them anyway because I knew that this is what I had to do. I always followed my heart. And because of following my heart, I knew that one or the other was going to have to go. And I had to let my children go so that I could save the grandchildren. I've always seeked God spiritually. So I found a spiritual church who helped me to learn how to love God's way and how to teach the grandchildren God's way. There's a teacher inside of me that I just found out. I'm just finding out who I am. And I have all these wonderful people inside of me that I'm able to share now. Whereas that one time when I was called secret, I held them all inside. But to get back to where the point that I'm trying to get to is how I got my grandchildren is because I let the world do what they had to do, which is PCS, Protective Children's Services, became involved. And they called me up one day, would you take your grandchildren? So once they told me the story of why they was taking my grandchildren, guilt started coming in really bad because I knew my children needed help before they started having children. And I really didn't believe that they would treat their children worse than what I treated them. I did treat my children bad, but it wasn't in a sense that it was on purpose. It's because I didn't know any better. So they grew up with that and it grew into this giant monster. This is the reason why they put their hands on me, because they are not the people that I gave birth to. They are still little children inside of these big bodies, and they don't know how to, I guess, seek it out because we are not the same people. And I thought that my children would like me, would have that love inside their heart to know that this is wrong. This is how we're supposed to be treated.
I got to get this in because I just saw it and I want to talk to you about it because I'm interested. And it is interesting. So just like you said, if you don't raise your kids, you're going to end up raising your grandkids. So there's that. But then there's also, so what are your hopes here? That because also we know that the natural order of things is for as we get older, those that have children, the roles reverse.
Right.
The parents become the children and the children become the parents, taking care of the elderly as they see themselves throughout the remainder of their journey. So in this case, are you hoping that your grandkids, they will be there for you, so you get that, but are you hoping that they become the people they need to be so that they may save your children before it, so that they can, okay, I see, you're flipping it. You're reversing it, and therefore now it is over. Because after you and they do their part, the whole thing is flipped. Your kids get to leave this world knowing what it was always about, and your grandkids now can take that and place it into their kids, so your great grandkids have a straight freeway to go straight through. I see it. I see it. So, man, isn't that a wonderful thing? That's why people, you're going to hear me saying it more and more and more. I love it now because it shocks people straight off their ass when I say I love me some trauma. I love me some trauma because when you trace it back, after you get there and you've done the work, you look and you say, oh, I wouldn't have it any other way. My pencil is so sharp. There was only one sharpener in the universe that could have gotten to the point like this has. And it always points to trauma. My friend Sanjay Chopra says, your darkness, your cracks are where the light comes in. So now you have, What? How many? Three of them? Three kids?
I still have 2 children.
Two.
I plan on adopting them so that I could remove the fear that they have. But every day I teach them, because they're boys, still love your mom. She don't know what she's doing. I share with them what I've learned. Um, I'm teaching them that I can't teach you to be a man, but I can definitely teach you how to be a leader. They have affirmations that they have to read. I have a structured home. I have a relationship with the grandchildren's fathers who do not live with me, except for one, but I plan on getting her, at least being able to visit with her soon. I raised her from birth up into 7 years.
Yes.
I realized that these parents don't know what they're doing. And it's not so much of not knowing what they're doing. I don't know whether I can't speak for other people. I'm going to put it like that. I can't speak for other people, but action speaks louder than words. During the time that I had the children in my custody, I would tell little white lies and just to get them to do what they needed to do. So I ended up actually having 2 of the fathers take responsibility of their children so that I could just visit with them. And this is why the 2 little ones are here, because I get them on the weekends and I make sure that they go to church. I make sure that I give them the attention or the knowledge and education that I wasn't allowed to give to my children because of the thing that was in my home.
Yes, yes.
These things, it takes a while, but like I said, there's a big story. And now, because I know my purpose and how to deal with these things, I'm still educating myself. I'm still trying to make sure that I educate my grandchildren so that they don't repeat the same thing. I teach them not to look backwards unless it's going back to retrieve one of ours. I'm teaching them that there's numbers, there's strength in numbers, how to love, how to forgive.
Wow.
They're allowed to be angry, but they have to express to me or at least speak to me. They have to communicate. If you do not open your mouth so I can feed you, you're going to go hungry. The first 3 things that I teach them: life is not a game. Life is what you make it. And if you don't want to be anything, you have to go someplace else where there's a whole bunch of nothing. You don't have to be here if you don't want to, because I'm just your grandmother. I'm not going to force you to do anything. And I believe we all should do that. But I know that within my family, throughout the 20 years that these things happened, I was able to not only be raised spiritually, I was able to go back and teach my mom and my children that we have to change. Every day is not the same, even though it seems like it, because every day the buildings don't move. We move, we grow. Even in our sleep, spiritually, God speaks to us and he lets us know. So if we're not educated, if we're not teachable, that's what I'm trying to say. You have to be teachable, but you have to teach the children how to be teachable. ADHD, bipolarism, all these different
labels,
diagnoses was not in my time. So I don't see it as an issue, as a problem. I see there's a solution. If you could say, I have this going on, like my grandson came to me yesterday, I have a cough, I'm sick. Who told you that, honey? You just have a cough. That's not being sick. He was being taught that if your nose is running, you're sick. So you have a temperature, you have to stay in the bed. He's only 4 years old. Why would you teach him that?
What's wrong with you?
She can't put the doll baby dress on.
Girl, is that what you're crying for? You want your baby's clothes on?
Say yes.
Yes.
And why is she going somewhere today? You just want her to look pretty.
So it's not a thing of us not liking one another. It's that we don't know. We don't know how to like someone else. And doing wrong is so easy. I have one daughter, she's a klepto. And she said, I said, why do you do it? She said, I like doing it. It's a thrill. So is
That's
that
what they say. That's why they do it.
yeah, but is that wrong or is it right? She's telling her truth, right?
She's telling her truth.
But it's wrong for her to go out and do the things that she do. So when
Right.
she get caught, she don't have a problem with going to jail. But you have some people who get in jail and say, I didn't do it.
Mm.
It lessened her time when it came to the judge. One time she could have got 3 years. He gave her 6 months
Because she said,
because
because
she was
he knows it's a diagnosis. It's something more
right,
than just, I don't care.
right.
There's something else. So let's talk about the healing and let's flip the script here. Oh, wait, that's
It's
on the
good.
screen.
Yes.
So tell us about that and what is flip the script? What can people expect from it, and when can they expect to get some?
Oh, soon, soon, soon. Flipping the script is saying goodbye to the old script and embracing a new chapter of rehabilitation with us at Flip the Script. Join us for a journey of self discovery and transformation as we provide you with the tools and inspiration to break from the rut and create a life that you truly deserve. Our podcast is a beacon of hope and positivity, guiding you towards a brighter future filled with endless possibilities. Let us help you flip your script of life.
So is this a TV show?
It's going to be a podcast.
So only hear it?
No, seeing. It's going to be the visual podcast.
Oh, so that's a live streams.
Live stream.
Yes, you're a live streamer. That's what you are. Well, that's coming up during the summer,
Yes.
towards the fall, because we're working on it, so I can tell you all that. We'll make sure that you all understand when you can get over and how to get some, because you're going to want some. And so let's talk before we get out of here, and we're going to bring in more on Flip the Script as we get closer to that date. So what is it you love most about your life today, Chappelle? And I'll never use that secret word again in conjunction with you because you've shed that. So what is it that you love the most? What is the biggest miracle you would say that sits on your spirit today because of everything that's happened?
Because of everything that's happened, I have a new life. I have the life that I've dreamed of all my life. It's not perfect.
Right.
And I love the imperfections because now I'm able to use the tools that was given to me and share them and also teach other people. There are many, many trips that I have to take. And reading the scriptures, he lets us know the secrets that he holds within for us. I've been invited to places that I never thought that I would go. I'm surrounded by people who have the same type of desires that I have. I feel they have the same heart that I have. So with different individuals, we all have different talents that we share together. We sit as family at least once a month and eat together. I congregate with people that is like me. I no longer feel like I'm in a circle or in the audience and no one can hear me shouting or praising the person that's in front of me. You know, I'm being heard now. People are listening to what I have to say and they believe me. They know that these things are true. I'm not lying. I did become a liar, trying to get away from my second husband. I told him the truth when I met him. I don't like you, but I'll be your friend. I didn't know that at the time. You can't be your enemy's friend. But with me telling him that, he knew that if he conversate with me, I would give him my soul. And I spoke everything to him. I told him everything to use against me. And he did such that. But in the midst of it, there were people who helped me get out of that situation. So I am very, very happy to where I'm at because now I can see more clearly. And I know how to divert. I know how to swerve.
I know that's right.
I even know how to play chess.
I know that's right. Listen, and you're holding the results that it is worth it.
Yeah.
Things that are priceless, not just things that we can feel, but that we can touch, but more importantly, things that we can feel.
Yeah.
And understand. I'm so proud of the work you've done. It's just amazing. The gems you threw out today, just like I said, I love trauma. You said, I love the imperfections. When you said you can't be your enemy's friend, and so many others. And so I just want to thank you. And I see some of you have come in late today, go back, do yourself a favor and watch this show all the way from the beginning. There's a lot of gold in those hills. So get in there and find yours. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you, little mama. Bye. Thank you guys so much. Is your baby dressed now?
Yeah.
She got her clothes on. She ain't naked. Oh, hey, girl. Hey, what's her name?
What's the baby name? She camera shy.
She is. Okay, let her sit there a few more times. She'll get over it. Just like Chosen. He ain't camera shy.
Oh no, he's
Never
not.
has been. Right. Okay. Look, you guys get over and check Chappelle. It's at Chappelle Simmons on Facebook.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And listen, I'll drop that link inside your comments section right now at the conclusion of today's broadcast. I want to thank all of you, and I want to thank you, Chappelle. Thank you. Great job. And we'll see you back here as the developments continue to amaze us. And you guys, I'll meet you, God willing, tomorrow morning, right over on the front porch, where together we can step into another illuminated conversation. Tomorrow, Shanti, refugee, is here. She's known as the Journal Bae, BAE, and she is proficient in guided journalism, guided journalists, guided journals, all of the above, and a bag of chips. Join us at 8 a.m. Central. And in the meantime, get out and find a little bit of your higher self. Do your best with it to ease some form of suffering in this world. Have the greatest day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye, Chappelle. Great job. Great job. See you guys tomorrow.
See you later.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you.